The world is different.
Beyond a lifetime ago, a war between nature and civilization arose overnight, seemingly without reason. 50 years ago, it paused in a tense stalemate.
1 year ago, on a cold winter's day, the mountainous city of Bulwark erupted as its long-held godly prisoner escaped his chains from beneath the stone. The decimation was the righting of a great wrong, but a terrible price was paid.
Our heroes, who set the freedom and destruction in motion, were called to the lands of their former enemy to help this god on his path to reascension. Their mission complete, their eyes turned back to a threat at home.
They look at their footprints, at the trail that they've blazed, a trail that led them to redemption and peace. Now, the same footprints lead them back home, and they walk a path where they might just find the end. And as the sun rises over the summit, they face the day together. Hello, and welcome back to Another Path. My name is Chase, and I continue to be your GM. Today, our heroes take a walk, survey their surroundings, and reunite with a less than friendly face. Thank you to our backers, JJ, Christina, and Zan, for their support. If you'd like to support the show, please check us out over at our Patreon, patreon.com/ghostlightmedia, or you can give us a rating or review on your podcatcher app of choice. With that, sit back, relax, and enjoy your trip down another path.
So JJ believes he can do anything and everything at the pizza shop to which he is the heir of?
Yeah, he is 3?
3. He is 3 at this moment.
He is 3.
He often helps my dad, his grandpa, unload the Sofo truck and put things away. Because JJ knows where everything goes, everything has its place, and everything has the correct place it needs to go to. And no one can do it wrong.
No.
Or they will hear about it from JJ. He's great management material.
Excellent.
Apparently, the United States of America is currently facing a problem.
Okay.
There is a shortage of ketchup packets.
I heard about this.
Like, is that
Really?
actually a thing?
That's
Yes.
actually a thing because everyone needs them because you can't use the communal. Every time you need ketchup, you have to get a ketchup packet. So they ordered for the shop. They couldn't get what they usually get. They get this giant thing of like hundreds upon hundreds of ketchup packets. It's way more than they usually get. So JJ opened the whole box and pulled everything off. And Mom was like, oh, no, we were going to keep everything in the box. Okay, it's fine. Here, JJ, here are some buckets. I need you to take all of the ketchup and get all of it into these buckets. And JJ said, okay, Grandma. She turned around, turned back. He had started to open the ketchup packets
And
very carefully try to get every single last drop.
buddy.
He's very good at his job.
Technically, he followed instructions.
He did exactly what he was told to do, and he did it very well.
Oh, my buddy.
JJ.
Very good.
So,
How many packets did he toast doing that?
only 2 or 3.
Oh,
Okay.
That's not
So
bad.
it was caught quickly.
It wasn't like 50.
Yeah, we did not get 50
He didn't,
deep.
fill half the bucket with
Right.
individual ketchup packets worth of ketchup.
Right. That would have been great, though. And that's my boy.
So Chase and I did discover a new obsession last night.
Guys, this is wild.
So we were at Stone's Throw, and we just so happened, I think, to look up at the right time at what was on the TV.
Yeah, bar TV is a wild.
Ooh, I can't wait for this
but-
obscure sport,
But
and I'm about to know what it is.
No, just wait. It's
No?
a
Okay, even
discovery
better.
program.
Uh-oh.
It is Airplane Repo.
What?
Yes. People go, it's a team of people that go and like repossess like private airplanes and like luxury.
How do you boot a plane?
They don't boot it. They literally like sneak onto their land and like hotwire the plane and fly them off.
It's like fucking Robin Hood, except it's robbing from the rich and also giving back to the rich.
Oh my
White
gosh.
hat, plane thieves.
No, the one we were watching, it was like I think they said it was like a $15 million operation. They were like stealing 3 planes. They had to fucking squirrel suit dive into this like gated area where they hunkered down until like nightfall.
This can't be real.
Wait. One of the planes was being serviced. It was in pieces. So they're in this person's garage where they have done, some casual, B&E.
Casual B&E.
Put the plane back together and then flew it away.
We were trying to have a nice conversations over a couple of bevs, but we kept getting distracted because these
understandably
handsome gentlemen
distracted.
kept stealing airplanes and getting shot at.
It was awesome.
One of them, at the same time, the B storyline was somebody had to steal a luxury boat.
It was like a $1 million
boat
and like the $5 million custom truck and trailer to transport it.
So what they did, while they were on there, the guy had a kill switch and had the kill switch pressed. And so he's on the boat trying to figure out how to do it. Keep in mind, there's a cameraman with him as well. He's trying to do something.
Yeah, there's a camera guy in all this.
Yep.
And then the guy comes back to the boat. And then the cameraman and the guy have to hide in the cabin of the boat while this guy and his buddy take the boat out for a spin. It's wild.
And then as they have the boat docked, going and bringing the trailer up, he hops out of the cabin, starts the boat up and starts driving away. And while the guy's like, hey, that's my boat, the other dude gets in the cab of the truck, which they left running, and steals the truck. It was amazing.
How did they get permits?
Do they have to blur the guy out?
Yeah, they blurred like the faces out. But I mean, like that's their job.
Uh-huh.
Like
they work for the banks.
They work for the banks.
Well, no. I'm not talking about that part. I mean, how did they get the permits to film
I don't
this
know.
and put it on
But
TV?
it's so cool.
And like, here's the thing, like part of me cannot suspend my disbelief because the camera quality is too good. And like, there's people like on the ground filming like the airplanes taking off. So
we've seen too many prank shows at this point.
Exactly. I don't know where the fiction line is drawn because Discovery just don't care anymore. They will put anything on there.
I mean, look, even if it's fake, it's fucking entertaining as hell.
Yeah, I want to believe is the thing. Like, the suspension of disbelief is all by will. And I'm here for that. That's fine. I can manage it. But, it was so wild because we didn't realize what we were watching at first.
Jeez.
And then the dawning realization set in. It's like, are they just stealing
Well, it was funny because there was when we first saw it was this dude like with like kind of shaggy chin length hair was in like a tuxedo and like racing sunglasses, like leaning out of like a private jet with like I'm assuming his wife in a nice dress, and someone's like, "Look, we need you to go and get these planes. I'll give you $3,000 right now if you go and just go pick this up, and like another 20 when you get there." And he's like, "I guess so." And Chase is like, "Look at this asshole." And then like we saw what he was doing. We're like, "Wait, is this the coolest fucking guy ever?" Yeah, he was.
Okay, real talk. How much would you have to make to do this?
This is just
what would the number be?
This is just a real life Danny Ocean who's gone legit.
Yeah,
like
for me to do that, it wouldn't be much because it looks like a lot of fun.
It looks really fucking cool.
Yes, they are getting shot at. Yes, they are like under constant threat of being arrested
or getting into fist fights. But
I'm good.
But they are having the time of their life.
Yeah,
however brief.
Like, I'm here for it.
Jeez.
I'll head up the rear, have the deep boys on the ends.
Cool. I go straight in. I am ready for this chicken fight.
I need everybody to roll me perception checks.
19.
23.
11.
Okay. Jackson, even with your elven eyes, it is...
What do my elven eyes see?
Weird trees.
Cool. Are there chickens
right.
in the trees? I am paying close attention with the dire chicken.
Dropcocks.
You think you see a chicken at one point, but in fact, it's just a chubby owl.
Oh.
Well, I love him.
All right, I keep walking.
Mordecai, with a 19, you can see that even the dirt beneath your feet seems to move differently. As you walk, there are like puffs of dust and dirt but they always arise in the exact same pattern.
I don't like this.
Your footsteps sound identical when they hit the ground.
It's not flip-flop, it's just flip-flip.
Exactly. Zephyr with a 23. This is all normal for you. We're going to go ahead and call it normal. You are able to see the trees for what they are, extensions of the Deep's power.
A lot of zeros.
Kind of encompassing and enrobing. And what you notice is that you look behind you, which for whatever reason you notice nobody else is doing. Everybody is able to just like kind of focus straight on, like they're being pulled. But your attention is freer than most, and you can look around and you can see behind you the forest vanishes. The forest doesn't need to be there anymore. And as you leave it, it leaves the world. And you see behind you that gray, flat expanse with a grid is kind of reforming and reshaping as the assets are unloaded around you.
As the world renders as we walk.
Yep. And you walk.
We're in the skybox right now.
And you walk for what seems like a really long time and no time at all. You quickly find yourselves back in your room in Lee.
Oh, God.
Oh, what? You really know how to pick the place.
That was so fast.
Oh. Mordecai runs to a window real quick and looks out in the direction of the autumnal line. Just like, I'll come back for you.
I join you and I flip it off.
Fuck you. I'm gonna make that forest like me.
No, he doesn't. He's an asshole.
It's about noon. You can see outside. You were in the forest, as best as you can tell, for about 2 hours, but it seemed to pass as if it was an instant.
All right, well, this Dragonborn is ready to fucking work. So,
real quick, from our room, my Eagle Sight pendant won't take me out of the temple, right?
It will take you to the very top of the temple. You will not have the best view outside, but you can get just barely out.
Okay. This is a really good... I'm not going to get a better vantage point, though. Are there a few floors up that are free, like, just for me to stand in a hallway for a second?
What are you trying to do?
I tapped my pendant, and I was like, I just wanted to get a lay of the city, see if there was anything...
You can, like, see up very high.
Oh, yeah. Come with me.
Yeah, I just want to go up a few floors so I can get a vantage
I could just take you up top if you'd like.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, come on. And he waves you all if you want to go with.
I mean, might as well.
Panat. I just mentioned to the others, like, we make good friends on these journeys.
The friends we make are good. We do make a lot of people very angry.
We've pissed a lot of people off, yeah.
Yeah.
And they lead you up the stairs, winding, till you get to the second to last floor, right beneath the roof. Mordecai, you remember seeing this room. It's filled with weird little alcoves, and it's kind of open to the outside. They take you into that room. It's like, okay, one more up. They lead you to the very tip-top roof. There is a low wall, probably like right up to, your upper thigh, looking out over the entire city. Lee is splayed out in front of all of you. And you can see, even not Griffin can see for miles around, but especially Griffin, Mordecai, you can see everything.
I'm sending up my sensor as well.
And you see even more. What are you trying to learn?
I'm mostly looking, I'm looking macro scale. I'm not trying to, like, pick a dude out of a crowd. I'm looking to see, like...
Is anything on fire?
Yeah, like, is anything on fire? Were there riots that, left in the wake of? Is there noticeable shift in the, atmosphere of the city?
Insight check. At advantage, because you do have a vantage.
On the table, half hill.
Ooh, natural 20. Advantage?
Oh, nice.
The city is quiet. That's what you're getting. The city is very quiet.
Do I get a sort of calm before the storm feeling?
You get a very batten down the hatches kind of vibe. With a natural 20, I will give you that. It's like people are preparing for something. But you can tell that there are fewer people out in the streets. It should be. I mean, we are just a few days past a major holiday, and the streets are quiet.
I think a shiver runs up Mordecai's spine because it reminds him of before the weirdness happened with his father during C-34. and just that, like, the forest went quiet, and, like, that's unnatural and scary, and a city this big being as quiet is unnatural and scary. So I pull out of that. Ooh. Yeah, things are weird.
Weird how?
There's, like, no one out and about. Like, shops are open, but things are quiet. People aren't out. Like, the city's waiting.
That's unsettling.
It's not a good feeling, I'll put it that way.
I think we need to talk to the bishops as soon as possible.
Bishops? Bishops or my mom?
I mean, either or. Like, if the bishops need us to help with whatever's happening, we would probably want to get to that first, right?
I'm gonna pull Hugo off of my, out of my pouch. Ring of Animal Influence for Speak with Animals. And then I'll cast Animal Messenger and, hold Hugo in my hand and say, hey, go find my mom, let her know that we've got an expedited trip back to Lee. We're here. We're gonna find her or the bishops shortly.
Sure thing, boss.
And I'll let him down. Just so that we don't surprise her, because I feel like we do that a lot.
Hugo bounds down the stairs.
What a sick combo. Thanks for that ring, Jackson.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was
free Speak
well.
with Animals every day is 3 free Speak with Animals a day is great for me.
It is cold up here, for what it is worth.
Yeah, very windy.
It is still
it's
in
winter
the dead
time.
of winter. Yeah.
My gut instinct says let's find my mom. I think getting the lay of the land from her will be a little less biased.
It's fair.
Would you like me to take you to her?
Yeah.
We passed her room on the way up.
Let's do that.
Panat, you are very useful and scary at the same time, and we would very much like you to be on our team. Thank you.
I don't think you're scared up in that.
A little scary.
Jackson, I'm the major domo. It is my job to know where people's rooms are, but I appreciate the compliment, I think.
You're welcome.
You did, like, at the same time, you did just get us here in, like, 3 hours.
And I can only do that very rarely. I don't look it, but that took a bit out of me.
Yeah, but you're so well put together. I would have never known you just did, like, major magic. And we're exhausted. Like, that's a whole other skill set.
Do you need to, like, take a nap for a bit?
That one's honestly going to take me a couple of days to recover from. My magic works a bit different from yours.
Oh. Okay.
We should walk downstairs at the very least to get out of this cold, but Panat...
Oh, for sure.
Yes. If we need to just get back to Bulwark in an instant, can you do that? You would need a couple of days, or that's too far?
The reason I was able to do that with you guys is because you had the paper. That was a tracker. It was a marker. Gotcha. I was able to, when that was burnt, it not only created the forest, but I was also able to follow
it. Dropped the pin.
Gotcha.
Exactly. I can't do that without a pin, and I definitely can't do that without at least another week of rest.
Understood. Thank you for everything you have done.
Absolutely. That being said, maybe we can work out something for the future.
Let's go find Morty's mom.
Indeed.
I wonder if she is having a nice day.
It's already in my head. You've already won.
Nice.
You are all led downstairs. Panat is, moving with a familiar spring in his step, but now that he has mentioned it, you can see that they are walking more cautiously than maybe they normally would. You are led to a door just a few floors above your own, and you see Hugo kind of flattening his body and like scurrying under the door, and then he looks up and he just kind of like gives you one of those like, really?
I thought maybe she was in a meeting or something.
It's fine. We can wait. Hugo, go announce us.
Come on, buddy. I scoop him back.
I already did.
Oh, okay.
He clambers up your armor and, re-nuzzles in.
Waste of a spell slot. All right. I'll knock on the door.
Leia answers. Oh, that was quick.
Hello.
Leia looking as fetching as always.
Saphir.
Just slow turn to Saphir.
Is everything all right, Penat? Certainly, madam. Certainly. You all have a lovely day. Of course, please ring the bell if you need anything.
We do the cool secret deep handshake.
He refrains from the cool secret deep handshake.
That's fair.
He gives you a finger gun, which you realize instantly is a message. Not in front of mixed company, friend. Cover.
Okay, that's fair.
Disguising a message with a finger gun is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Sorry, finger crossbows.
You all walk inside, and Leia shuts the door behind you. You see in the room, you are not alone. You see the mixed company of the rest of the Bulwark contingent.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay, cool. So
You see Leia. You see the trade magistrate, Senatus Ether. You see Bishop Nohilo.
Oh,
And, of course, you do see Grand Entreater Kalen Kane.
Kaylin! Oh my God, Kaylin Kane!
Kane's here. Oh my god.
And you see Kalen Kane is twirling a set of keys around his finger.
I look over at Mordecai, I'm like, oh my God, he's so cool.
You see Bishop Nohilo is looking in a book that seems to be a book of the guides.
Keep a lid on it, Shenastiliath. I don't know if I asked this question before. Is
Yeah.
Ether one of the sorcerer's families?
You are correct. Well struck.
Yeah.
Where is Nohilo from?
You don't know?
Seeing far more people in this room
Yeah.
in varied company, I just briefly turn to Saphir and I'm just nonchalantly just kind of tap the eyes.
I haven't spent anything today, so at the moment, I'm doing this with my telepathic thing.
What can I help you boys with?
Seeing the company, I immediately shift from my demeanor from son to like emissary envoy. I say, Archdruid, I wanted to give you my our reports from our journey beyond the autumnal line. If you had a moment to spare,
You boys got back quick. It's Kalen Kane.
Oh yeah, no, it was a pretty cool time. Maybe we could talk about it over like a beer sometime or something.
I would love to hear. I would love to hear about it. Really.
Saphir is tongue-tied.
Awesome, thank you.
he's so starstruck.
Thanks,
Great.
Kayla Kane.
You got it. And he snatches the keys in his hand.
Oh,
Saphir, go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Awesome.
I thought you were going to say charisma saving throw.
That's a natural 20.
Okay. You see these keys, and you know instantly what these are. These are the actual mark of his station. The keys of the Grand Entreater. Each Grand Entreater has a set of keys that unlocks a hidden sanctum within Bulwark.
Cool.
It is an unpickable lock only accessible by Grand Entreaters, and each one has their own. Nobody knows except the Grand Entreater what is inside. Supposedly some sort of major font of power.
He's the Grand Entreater of the General?
Correct.
Cool. Awesome. Sounds.
And I have my tattoos now that I've seen him last. My general tats.
And
Yes.
this is one question about the keys.
Yes.
This is one place that they can all open.
Each one has their own.
Each one has their own. So is that separate from where we went to do the ritual with Carrie?
Correct. Yes, those are different.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
awesome.
Good distinction.
Cool. Yeah, but yes, Archdruid, if we could perchance, I guess, speak with you when you have a second, we'd appreciate it. Sorry for interrupting your festivities.
Certainly, no, nothing, not interrupting, simply biding our time, trying to see exactly what it is that's going on.
I will try my best to shoot my mom a look of like, we know.
Uh-huh. You see the trade magistrate is on the couch, and upon first entering, it looked like the trade magistrate was asleep. But it's very obvious they are now faking being asleep.
Yeah,
And you're not,
they're a prick.
you can't really pick out why, but Leia just kind of motions you back into her guest room and
Awesome.
shuts the door
What
behind
was
her.
Grand Justicar Vin there?
Vin was not there.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's the
both
first. That's
good
the
and
first.
bad.
That's the first thing I asked. Then, yeah,
I'm gonna real quick as the door closes.
Yeah, I go finger. I'm gonna cast detect magic. Because
In the
I can
room?
do that. Yeah.
Hey.
Ah, nice. Yeah,
I'm gonna leave Hugo in the main room in the direction of the fake sleeping trade magistrate, just in case Hugo hears anything.
sure. Roll a stealth check.
For Hugo?
Yes.
What's he get?
He gets mouth stealth.
I'll give him a +3. He'll get a +3.
It's a 22.
Nice.
God
Yeah.
damn, Hugo.
He's like
Hugo MVP.
He's like army, like posted up under like a shelf.
The mouse is army crawling.
Deploy him.
Yeah. The Hugo is deployed.
Tactical mouse.
The door shuts and Hugo just wedges himself like in between the door and the floor, like right in the door jam.
We're all mouses now.
God damn it. Jackson, you detect magic.
Yeah.
You find nothing.
Okay.
You appear to be secured.
I will actually
All right,
add
we're
to this look with my my ghostly gaze, which
That's what I wanted you to do out there, Saphir. We need to work on our hand gestures. Jeez.
I mean, see, I thought you were saying like, "Hey, talk to me," and so.
Oh, see, I was pointing my eyes because you talked about your ghostly gaze.
I thought it
for
was like,
looking
a,
through
"Hey,
in the-
talk to me with your
Okay,
brain."
well, if I do right hand, that's going to be your ghostly gaze, and left hand, it's yo, we need to talk.
Okay, well, yeah. Anything sort of in the walls, being weird.
How far out can you see?
Not too far. It's only like 30 feet, I think. But
You see in the neighboring room a security magistrate, Vici, is sleeping.
cool,
Part of the bulwark
Yes.
retinue? Okay.
Yep.
cool, awesome. So yeah, I do actually, with awakened mind,
Mm-hmm.
catch Leia up on what's happening, like what we're like, so that there's no chance of eavesdropping.
Okay.
Well, that's what Jackson was scanning for.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
that can't hurt though.
I mean, yeah, like magic's one thing, but someone that walks up and presses their ear to the door can still hear stuff.
Totally fair. You catch Leia up. Do you tell Leia about how you got back?
No.
Okay. So you leave Penat out of that.
Yes.
Okay.
That's fair. Well, I don't know what you're saying, so.
Yeah, it's just quick download of what has happened so far, catch us up to where we are now, and then we can discuss as we need.
Very good.
Real quick. Yeah, I think I roll high enough. Mordecai will turn to Jackson while realizing Saphir's giving her the download. I will turn to Jackson and start saying things just so the rest of them out there don't just hear a quiet room.
Yeah, it's fair.
Roll me a deception check.
Okay.
That's pretty simple.
Ugh.
Can I assist with the deception check?
Natural 20.
Oh,
Okay.
we're good. We're good.
I would have granted a help action, but yes, that's fine. So you two are able to just kind of shoot the shit for a minute.
I think we talk about the autumnal line a little bit, like what was out
Yeah,
there.
I think
because that's
yeah.
something that we would talk about and people would need to know. But
Legit.
that's something people can find out, and it's fine.
That's fine.
We
Yeah.
literally have bigger fish to fry.
Leia nods and's like, okay, well, let me fill you in on what I know and what they know as well.
Yeah.
Conversations with us and the bishops went fine. Oh, do you tell Leia about the spark?
I want to.
Okay.
Not initially.
I don't say anything. If
I was
Mordecai
going to
says
say.
something,
I think we would have decided that we want to get that. I think we are all on the same page as players and characters. We know that we are the ones who have to make these decisions, and we need to get more information from several different sources so we can make the best call, decide whose side we need to be on, and what needs to happen,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully people
Legit.
fall in line.
I just right now, Mordecai doesn't know what Saphir's told her.
Sure.
this is fair.
And so she clasped her hands together. It's like, okay, let me fill you in on what I understand. Our talks with the bishops went swimmingly. We were able to sort everything out within, a couple of days. There was a few rough moments there. We've all lost family to each other, and that was addressed and moved past.
Cool.
These things have to be done.
Mm-hmm.
We were asked to remain around while the discussions with Erden went. We'd had reasonable conversations with them. We were willing to grant them sovereignty, grant whoever wanted to return to the fold, and that would have been fine. Amber Eye didn't seem terribly concerned with maintaining an iron grip, so I assumed things would have been fine. And then
You're talking about like letting the like hideaway mages there like come back to society?
yes,
Wow.
things have changed back home, Mordecai. The mages are kind of running things because of all of the, the crackdown control over all of the taboo magics. They were the most organized when everything went to shit.
Yeah.
So when everything did go to shit, they were the ones who stood up. And I mean, a wizard being able to move tons and tons of brick and mortar from broken, they were literal heroes. They were saviors.
Yeah.
Regardless, it was a sympathetic ear that was lent to the people of Erden by that point. And so we were ready. But something happened in that room, and I don't know what it was. But things broke down within hours of them walking in. I don't know where they are. Vin went to go and look for the rest of the Erden contingent. I'm not sure. I haven't seen him in a couple of hours. But
Gotcha.
we haven't heard from the Erden contingent.
Do you know what Erden wanted from them?
Not a clue.
Oh, okay. Well, you had traveled with them.
We heard rough shouting, which,
On that, I awaken mind of these two to let them know that I didn't tell Leia about the spark.
We have an inkling, but we're not sure.
We
Go on.
think
I don't want to. And I kind of just like gesture to like the behind me, the door, the closed door.
and she just points at Zephyr.
I just look at Zephyr, and same thing as Mordecai. Like, I'm gonna leave this up to Zephyr.
I'll kind of to both of you, to Zephyr and to my mom, of like, we're trying to confirm before we start talking out of our asses, right?
I can't help if I don't know what's going on. Zephyr?
Yep.
That is a 20 persuasion check against you.
Do I make a charisma save or something?
If you'd like, if you think you would just tell her, you can go right ahead. If you think you would keep that to yourself.
The rare GM persuasion.
Yeah, it's Leia, like.
Right.
We trust her.
We trust Leia. Yeah, I'll give her the download.
At that, she just kind of sits down at the bed and taps the ends of her fingers together. It's like, right. Okay, that makes sense.
We have a lot to do back at home, but it sounds like there's a lot that needs to be done here as well, and
right. Well,
we don't really know where to start.
I'm hoping home is taken care of by the time we get back.
Do you have someone? I mean, I know that you were telling Magus Diamond about it.
Diamond and I have been in communication, and she holds up, Jackson, you are familiar with a paired scroll.
Oh, nice.
She has assembled
Don't
a
worry,
team.
Mordecai, it's not mine.
Oh, is it the birds?
No,
Oh,
no,
those
they're
weird
birds.
Yeah, they were at my house.
Yeah. I hear the birds are the words.
the birds are doing quite well, but they're off doing something else. I'm not exactly sure. I know they had a thing up towards Norwalk, but I think that's fine and over with now.
Yeah,
no,
that was just a few days ago, actually.
They're on recovery right now. Hopefully they don't get scrambled too soon. No, I believe one of them is your friend Adelaide.
Oh, Addy is helping.
But
Addie.
No,
okay.
Did you not know what your girlfriend's full name is?
Wait, you're dating? Hold on. How were you dating?
I hold up my paired scroll.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not perfect, but
It's long distance.
Well, they
we're
make
making
it work.
No, look, I've done the long distance thing before.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah, you know, it's we're really getting to know each other really well, and then we'll actually have our first date at some point when the world.
Salix
is not
and
on fire.
I have done the same thing for extended periods of time. I understand.
It sucks, but it's
That makes sense.
better than nothing.
Doesn't it though?
Hey, you might get to see her soon, though.
Anyways,
Back on track.
Yeah.
right.
World-ending problems.
I'm not going to go into all of it, but we have a rough idea of what the phylactery was and where the pieces of it are. We're sending Addie and 2 other folks out to get it. We are hoping to have this wrapped up shortly.
No, I'm happy.
Okay, so
Do
maybe
we have to put it back together to break it?
Yes.
Okay.
that's weird. That doesn't make quite sense.
Once it's whole,
It's already broken.
Wait,
Yeah.
so if you have
Yeah,
to
but it
put
must be made whole. It's a magic thing.
So if you put it
I'm
back
going to say-
together to break it, then that solves that problem, right?
Well, we put it back together, and then to break it, we throw it in the volcano. In the caldera. That's right, you haven't been back to Bulwark.
is there a volcano now?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, way down there at the bottom, but yes, there's
Holy
magma
shit.
under...
Where Amarea was imprisoned?
Yeah, under... You haven't been back.
We have
Yes.
No, we lived underground for a year, and then we came here.
Yeah, at the very bottom, underneath where... But when he broke
Holy
out,
fuck.
like, a
Guys.
mess was made.
Yeah, that wasn't.
It's almost like a god was trapped under and left.
Yeah. All right. So
are we doing?
Wait, so they're gonna put it all together, and then we just need to go back and throw it into a volcano?
Hopefully, they're going to throw it into a volcano and it will be done before we get back.
So
Okay,
our
so-
This is my
oh,
hope.
okay. So our efforts focused here might not be a bad thing, and we might not
We
have
might
to
not-
go kill a lich. We just have to maintain peace and recover the God Spark and appoint divinity again.
At the very least, we have some wiggle room, right? Like our sense of urgency is toned down a couple
I
notches.
got to say,
Again,
I'm happy
I-
that there's people working on it. I'm honestly kind of disappointed. I was excited.
Was that-
I was excited to be able to put him down finally.
There's still a chance we get a hand on that ball.
Yeah, you mentioned there is something else coming.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
talking about it. Remember, when we golden inspiration with Baelit, I'm pretty sure that there are mind flayers on the way.
And that I only know so much about. Again, it's a much longer conversation, but Addie gave us a heads up about it. I'm not sure where they'd be coming from or how they'd be getting here. We know that they're lurking in between planes, but that's something they do. We also have heard rumors of them being underground. I'm trying to handle the things I know and not the things I don't.
Right.
So if you have to put the phylactery back together and then throw the whole thing into a volcano, does that actually kill him, or does that just keep him from resurrecting?
Now that should kill him.
Okay.
You throw most things in a volcano, it dies.
Well, yeah, but I didn't know if it was like okay, cool, we just got rid of his save button, and
That's the only thing keeping him alive. So if it's destroyed, he
okay.
can't be a whole anymore.
I didn't know if we needed to kill his final form, and then it just meant that his final form was actually his final form.
All right. Well, we need to talk with the archbishops. Do you know what they are up to at the moment?
Well, there's one out there.
No, that I believe that's a bishop from.
That's from our
Yes,
side.
No,
that
that's
is
a different
a
one.
bishop of
Sorry.
the guides.
Yeah, that's not one of ours.
Oh, right, because Caitlin Kane spoke, and I thought it was the cool bishop.
Go Grex.
Well, that-
no.
From
Yeah,
Grex?
I thought it was
Yes.
Grex, and it was
No,
actually
Grex
Caitlin
is the
Kane.
man.
Yeah.
But yes.
No, I picture for the benefit of you guys, I don't know if this is going to make the audio cut. I picture Caitlin Kane looking like a gnome version of Peter Capaldi.
Oh hell yeah.
I'm in.
I'm down.
fully in.
I'm down. Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
I get like specifically Peter Capaldi from the episode of Doctor Who where it's like Viking times, but he comes out riding a tank and playing a guitar.
Yep.
I'm fully in.
100%.
No, Caitlin
Yep.
Kane is without a doubt the coolest person and the entire Kindle land. So
I am staring into that skid, yes.
It is the correct
God,
skid. Yes,
it's
it is.
Caitlin Kane.
It's not even a skid. It's lore.
He's canonically
Fact.
the coolest person ever.
Yes.
So quick sit rep. We need to talk to. We're gonna have to talk to the bishops. Our goal at large is essentially to make sure that Mantellum doesn't get his hands on the spark, right?
Is to study the situation here in some
How
way.
we do that, not sure, but that is the goal,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
I think the I mean, we haven't actually met Mantellum, but maybe I don't know if he's an answer or part of a solution. Everything else is changing their mages are ruling Graynor. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to cooperate at this time and find a new way of living that we probably should have been doing for the last several hundred years. I don't want him to be the answer, but
it sounds like he and I have a lot in common, so I don't know. Maybe I can reason with him.
Maybe. We at least need to talk to the archbishops and see what's up.
That's first stop.
Leia nods and opens the door. Hugo immediately scrambles up your leg.
Before as she's moving to past me to open the door, I will just stop and hug her.
Oh, big ol' hug back.
Mordecai's a fucking mama's boy and not afraid to show it. And just like, especially with all of his thoughts of home right now, like this is a good port in this storm. And just takes a moment of letting the facade drop and letting his worries wash away for a moment. Like,
she starts to pull away and she looks worried. Should I have your father get the kids out?
To be safe, probably.
You know everything I know now.
I'm trying to figure out where's a good place.
Not Erden.
No. God, no. I could have killed your sister, by the way.
I'm glad you didn't.
She didn't tell me.
I mean,
I found out when everything was going to shit.
Just get them away from Bulwark for a time.
No, the government has been... You remember your friends, the folks that you traveled with for a while?
The Final Flight, yes.
Yeah, we've been helping part of the agreement.
The restoration of
Everburn. We've been restoring it. I'm thinking I might send them to Everburn.
It's in between. It's like there's not a lot in between Bulwark and Concetre. It's on the way. It's
that stretch of road's a little dodgy, but it might be the best bet. I think I'm going to do that.
I'm pretty sure Salix could handle any sort of.
At least get the youngins out. Like, I'm sure. I don't know. Like, Kella's going to be hard to get out of Bulwark. That's her turf.
Yeah.
Leth can hold her own. Benjen can hold his own.
I imagine, just because of duties, your father will probably have to stay in town. But maybe Benjen, maybe Kella. I'll figure it out. Yeah. You go speak to the bishops. They're downstairs. I imagine Penat will be happy to reintroduce you.
Oh, if you need someone to get them to Everburn, Magus Diamond will know how to get in contact with a friend of ours, Ira. A ranger type. Could probably lead the way.
For sure. Well,
she's got the cat. The cat's pretty cool.
We'll see.
Good cat.
Very good cat.
I do like a good cat. I don't know if it's going to work out. Diamond is actually working out of Bulwark right now.
Well, I mean, just sending word shouldn't be too hard. Find a cleric.
No, they've got teleportation circles going now.
Exactly.
So
as long as it be someone trustworthy that.
Man, our trip around Draenor would have been so much easier with teleportation circles, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like for real though.
We would have gotten all 6 of them in like a week. It would have been great.
Problem with that, though, actually teleporting with entities like that in you is dodgy business.
Ooh, point.
Because it's extra-dimensional spaces going through extra-dimensional spaces. It's not ideal.
Yucky.
Yeah, that's fair. And yes, I guess we're going to go try to get in to speak with the bishops.
Okay. Let's go.
I don't think we explicitly said that we left Baylet and all of them behind, but I kind of assumed we did.
I assumed.
It was just the 3 of us that went to go talk to him.
Yeah. Baylet has a board of thoughts to catch up on.
Yep.
And I'm sure the other 2 had places to go.
He's got an evidence dungeon to burn
it
down.
would make sense that he would also maybe go just and sit and talk with everyone in the other room.
Yeah, but Rokar and Chiron has family to go catch up with.
Yeah, he's got a husband to go see.
Yeah, and Rokar's got a shop to pack.
As we're going down, because Zephyr did such a good job with this last time, I will tap him for enhanceability for charisma.
Excellent.
Nice. I do.
Just in
case. I do like this. Was that Fox's Cunning or whatever?
Oh, very appropriately is for Mordecai's brand, Eagle's Splendor.
Oh, no, that's pretty good. I was going to... No, sorry, keep going.
You catch Penat running in between a couple of different rooms. Thing about vanishing in the middle of the day is that people start to ask where you went off to in such a hurry. I think I've covered my tracks. How are you boys doing?
Doing well.
You're doing great, Penat.
Like to talk to the bishops if possible.
I will let you know. They're a bit testy.
That's okay. We can be too.
That's to be expected, honestly. And yes, if they get
Fair
testy,
enough.
we are... Granted, we're not in the greatest mood either, so...
Fair enough. And you hear a bell ring, and they just... Right. I have to go tend to that.
You've got
Let me
this.
take you down. They lead you back to the conference room, and they open the door, and they knock, knock, knock. Announcing the decimators.
Everyone winces.
They take their leave. You see them go downstairs. And
Thank you, Penat.
Okay,
You
and
walk
just before we walk in, then at some point there, I grab Saphir for a second, say, I can do this now, and I put one hand over each of your ears, Saphir, and just kind of give it a little clap, and I cast tongues.
Oh.
Just in case.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Oh, like, just in case, like, they're
Just
like,
in case
talking...
they decide to speak a different language or something, or whatever.
That's fun.
Rad.
Yeah,
I'm
but
here
they
for
don't
it.
need to know that. But I do it on you specifically, because you're the charisma boy.
Because I both understand and can speak, yes?
Yes.
Cool.
I think the weird caveat is like whatever you speak can be understood. You're not necessarily
Speaking
speaking
their
their
language.
language.
Yes. Yeah, they can understand. As long as they speak a language, they can understand you.
Yeah.
And you can, but it's spoken only if it's not written.
Awesome. Yeah, I think I walk in at sort of like the tip of the spear, sort of,
Tough boys on the flanks.
and take a bow. Archbishops. It's good to see you again.
real quick, Mordecai,
Yeah.
give me a roll on a d6.
6.
Okay. You walk in, and there is somebody that you do not recognize sitting with the bishops. Everybody go ahead. Give me a history check at disadvantage.
Oh God, a 2 and a 1.
An 8.
Okay.
16.
Holy shit! What?
I rolled a
It's Jackson's big day.
I rolled a 19 and a 17, so I got a 16.
The two of you, total stranger. Zephyr, maybe like you've seen their face somewhere. Jackson, you remember seeing this person. You know exactly where you know them from. This is one of the prisoners from Vehedron.
Oh shit!
Ooh, interesting. What do they look like?
They're an elf. A little bit short for an elf, but definitely an elf. Kind of sickly looking, as if they've been a prisoner for, some number of years and haven't necessarily been fed the best.
Sure. Cool. Zephyr, you told us about what you saw / heard / felt
Oh, about
when
the
they showed
heater?
up. Yeah, no, with the prisoners when they showed up.
Yeah, that shit was that like they like couldn't remember.
Yeah,
a
we
bunch
know
of
that,
stuff.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Yeah, like even Leia knows about that.
Cool. Okay, cool.
And of course, it is Grex that turns to you, and with a very tired smile, "Gentlemen,
Hello.
Hello.
you all returned quite quickly. I imagine your expedition was successful then."
Yes.
Indeed.
We are
Good.
nothing if not efficient. Are we interrupting?
Allow me to introduce you to the rightful head of the Casters Guild,
Oh,
Nemesis Valita.
One mo again for Big Fudge. Nemesis?
It's a family name.
That was Griffin, just to be clear.
Yes.
Though I wouldn't put it past Mordecai to say some bullshit like that. Nemesis one more time.
Valita.
Valita.
I
N-
am glad.
Nemesiusvaltia.
I'm glad that they kept their word and you are all back here now. So that's good.
As am I.
Didn't we hear that Mantellum killed the old Casters Guild leader?
Yeah. So this would have been the Casters Guild leader before, probably. Then there's a temporary one who got.
Do you say that out loud?
God, no.
Okay.
This is not my scene. This is not my room. That was a Griffin question. I crossed my fingers and everything.
Okay, I was just making sure.
It's an audio format.
Oh,
Hi, fair enough.
My apologies. You were one of the former prisoners transferred, yes?
Yes, I was.
My grievous apologies. I've only stepped foot in that godforsaken place, and
They dragged you down there too? One of their own?
Yes. I was seated across from the Grand Justicar once, in sort of a half-baked shakedown for a moment.
That guy.
He's a prick,
He's an
right?
asshole. He's awful. I hate him.
I despise them.
I'm glad to see it's not just me.
Oh no, it is not. There's plenty on my on our side that are not his biggest fan as well.
Very well then. At least I know you've got some taste to you. Yes. I am Nemesis Velita. I was the second in command of the Casters Guild until I was captured about 3 years ago.
Understood. Zephyr Shenestilieth. These are my companions. I sort of gesture for. I don't want to monopolize introducing yourselves.
Yeah.
Mordecai Greenstone.
Jackson Silver.
Pleasure. Silver.
Yep.
Huh. All right. I know my Greynor history.
I'm glad somebody does, because I don't.
Yeah, there was the whole book. Remember?
No, well, I know my history.
Oh, okay.
What can we be doing for you, gentlemen?
I think the more important question, I suppose, is what we can do for you. We've found ourselves with a little bit of unexpected support back in Bulwark for what we thought we were journeying back for, but has bought us a little time. I know that things here perhaps are still a little tenuous, and so we were hoping to extend assistance if you'd need it.
That's a word for it. Turbedo speaks up.
Yes, things seem to be moving in a certain way.
Yes, so yes, here we are, ready to help in any way we can. I understand that at least our end of the peace talks went relatively well.
Yes, your people are certainly amicable to reasonable requests. It went well, but I'm guessing you also heard that Erdington didn't go so hot.
Yes, and
We spoke with my mother. We got the briefer.
yes, and based off our last conversations, I believe I have an inkling as to what the request was. I'm trying to be as cryptic about this as possible with the fact that we have a person I'm unaware is.
For sure.
Yeah, son.
Yep. Yeah, this extra person in the room. Jackson was all on board for, we're going to do whatever we have to do. Well, hold on. I'm going to not talk because I'll say the wrong thing.
Yep, same.
This is why we have Zephyr.
This is why we have our face.
Messis, the Archbishop of Reaping, speaks up. Yes, you would be correct.
Understood.
Or at the very least, whatever you're assuming, it's roughly close. And at that, Nemesis looks. Right. Well, whatever that may be, that is not something that I can help you all with. I am helping with problems closer to home. So can we please figure out what we're going to do about my usurper?
Well, that is more of the reason why we have come, is to aid in that particular instance. I know the one is, frankly, seems a little out of our depth, but...
As long as it's in play, it is a problem, but it is one we will have to solve.
But yes, Mantellum, he seems like a bit of an ass, and we are ready to aid you, if you would have us.
I don't know what we would have you do, though.
I mean...
We need him stopped, is what we need. By whatever means necessary.
You need him discredited is what you need.
Do you mean by whatever means necessary, or would you like this done as amicable as possible?
I'm sure you wouldn't be viewed necessarily favorably by a church hit squad rolling up into Mantellum's place and taking him out of the picture.
Especially a foreign church hit squad.
Well, no, a church hit squad is certainly out of the question for so many reasons.
Yeah, I'm glad I asked the question. Good.
Now, that being said, if nobody saw what happened, that would be a different thing entirely.
When you get sort of a magic on magic sort of combat going, people are going to notice.
Certainly.
If that warehouse crumbling is any indication, they're not afraid to make a big stink.
But, and this is Nemesis speaking up, if another powerful caster ends up in the mix, maybe something different could be said. Maybe someone just got home and took their rightful place. Never mind how they got there.
Mordecai full-on raises his hand.
You, Mr.
Hi.
Greenstone. Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You're back.
Uh-huh.
Is it terribly unreasonable to talk this out?
We can certainly try.
Are there any, guildmaster bylaws you can pull?
There are, but a bylaw is only as good as people's willingness to follow it. As I understand it, in my absence, this Mantellum has risen to an incredible degree and has been able to convince a great number of people to follow him into hell and high water.
Fair enough.
I don't know what it was that happened to cause him to come to power. A lot of people say it was an accident, and a lot of those same people say that accident was caused at the hands of Mantellum intentionally to take that power. And I just happened to notice that nobody's seeming to care. So...
out of character, we have no idea about, what happened to Mantellum, right? All we know is he came out of the blue, right?
He came out of
the blue,
and
he rose to power very quickly, and he's incredibly charismatic. Baelot and Chiron have personally vouched this man knows how to run a room.
And what Nemesis just said was that, theoretically Mantellum triggered some sort of accident to, give himself power? Is that what they said?
What they said is that the common story, the public story, is that there was a spellcasting accident. The previous head of the Casters Guild was doing some kind of experiment, and they got blown themselves up, and then Mantellum stepped into place.
Gotcha. Okay.
What they have also just said in that same breath is that most people believe that's bullshit. Mantellum killed this guy, but Mantellum is so much better, nobody gives a shit.
Gotcha. Okay.
They went and got themselves blown up, and we got landed with him.
Exactly.
Perfect.
But if there was to, say, be an amicable discussion between myself and Mantellum, I would be certainly willing to, take them on as my second, or at the very least act as their advisor if they insist on continuing to go forward. Maybe I could caution a bit more temperance into whatever it is that he's talking.
That would definitely be the cleanest option.
Certainly.
If perchance I can help mediate, I am told I have a gift for the gab.
That would be ideal.
Well, let us go talk with him then.
And you're about as neutral a third party as we're going to get here.
And the bishops, kind of look at each other. It's like, they all just kind of nod. And Grex is like, well, all right, we got to figure out a way to reach out and set this meeting up to make sure that no funny business happens on the way. Mantellum isn't too keen on meeting on our ground, so we'll need to find some kind of neutral party and whatnot. He's ready for it, but as much as you want to say, Nemesis, you're still a little rough around the gills, so let's give you a day to kind of rest up, and we'll see if we can get something going. Anyways, head on back up to your rooms. We'll send dinner your way.
Archbishop Grex, can I have a very quick word with you in private?
Certainly.
Just a quick aside.
Pulls you aside.
I just wanted to ask the status of prisoner Cenas. Is he faring well? Is he in good health?
Yeah.
As good health as can be expected.
He's fine. He's a little rocked by certain... He didn't know that they were leaving, you understand.
Yes.
So he was a little in the dark when he got here. It's hard for our priests, who used to be able to reach out so easily, to suddenly have a much harder time reaching out.
I understand. Thank you.
Of course.
And I'll step back with the rest of the boys.
You walk back out into the hallway. You run into Penat again as you're walking upstairs. And at this point, the prim and pressed Penat from this morning is gone. There, like, one sleeve is like halfway, it's like a 3/4 rolled down.
So they got that fun thing where like the collar is like kind of crazy, you know?
Yeah, the collar is half cocked. The top knot is like kind of like got some split ends and frays going off. Right. Okay. I will be sending, what time is it? It's about 2:00. Okay. I will be sending a late lunch your way shortly. We've got there was some sort of structural thing going on. We've got some help in your room taking a look at something. Don't mind them. They'll be out of your hair shortly. I've got to go. And they rush off downstairs.
What do you mean a structural thing?
They're already gone.
Yeah, we're gonna go look into this, right?
So the three of you go into your room. Rakar is helping himself to a charcuterie board.
Man, they have so much charcuterie here.
Kyron is gone. Baelit is also absent. Who you do see, though, sitting on the couch, very clearly waiting for you. Rakar points over his shoulders like, you've got company. And
Thank you.
On the couch is a dwarf, very neatly pressed, with very fancy glasses on. It's Mo, the head of the Builders Guild.
Oh,
Mo.
This cat again.
Hello, new rabble.
Hey.
Hello.
What are you, Mo? It's good.
I'd have some words for you.
Thank you for joining us here on Another Path. You can find our website and merch store at anotherpathpodcast.com, on Twitter at anotherpathpod, and our network at ghostlightmedia.net. You can support our efforts by donating at patreon.com/ghostlightmedia. Special thanks to our donors, Nate C. and Nathan N. Or by giving us a rating and review over on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcatcher will let you. You can find me on Twitter at TQLoudly, Ryan at RyanRoll20, Griffin at GriffCold, and Zach at ThatGuyZachRob. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a new episode, and until then, remember that sometimes your past remembers you better than you remember it.
Oh, Mo's got some words for us.
Fuck! Forgot about that. Forgot about that guy.
Fuck!
It's fine. We can take it.
I'm in Lee in my re-listen, and I'm like, we never went back to Mo.
No, you never went back to Mo.
We fucking ghosted the fuck out of Mo.
It's fine.
Oh, you see, you ghosted Mo. Weirdly, Mo didn't ghost you.
Yeah. Mo knew who we are. Which is fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Makes this part a lot more fun for me.
Sure.
This has been a Ghostlight Media production.